welcome back to the 50 Big Wolf YouTube channel. For today's video, we'll be doing something a little bit different. What we'll be doing is an accuracy test with the 22 long rifle bullet. Okay, let's just get straight to it. So the way this is going to work is I have 3 rounds in the magazine here. I'm going to have a target set up at first 25 yards, 50 yards, 75 yards, 100 yards, and I'll see if I can go to 200 or even further than that. The purpose of this test is to see how accurate this 22 bullet is. For ammo today, I'll be using Federal 22 long rifle 36 grain bullets. So without further ado, let's get to it. Got 3 rounds here in this bolt action rifle. First up is 25 yards. All right, here we go. All right, let's go take a look. Okay, looking at our target here, that's a nice group there at about 25 yards. So let's go back to 50 yards. All right, let's do 50 yards now. All right, here's what our group looks like at 50 yards right here. It's getting a little bit low, right? So I'll try and compensate for that at 75 yards. All right, we're at 75 yards now. Now, one thing is, you'll notice with that, as we get further, the target gets smaller and smaller, so you won't be able to see it as well. But so you guys are just gonna have to take my word for it that I did what you'll see in the next clip. But all right, this is 75 yards. Here we go. All right, see what we got. Okay, groupings are starting to spread out a little more, so I guess we'll try 100 yards now. All right, 100 yards. After seeing that last one, this one should be a little bit more challenging. But all right, let's try it. All right, let's go take a look. Okay, so looks like that third bullet I pulled off, but I think I found it. But anyways, let's try 200 yards. Okay, 200 yards. I don't think I'll be able to hit this one, but I'll try my best. Didn't see that one. That was just under it. Throw my binoculars here. I have not hit the target, so I'll try that again. Alright, let's try it again. I don't think I hit it again. Low left. We're gonna keep trying though. Alright, I loaded 9 rounds in the magazine this time. Let's see if we can get it out. We're gonna keep going until we get it. Alright, let's go see if we got anything. Or target. Well, still no hits on there, so I guess we gotta keep trying. Yep. We are. Alright. Let's keep going. So I know we got a hit. I think we might be done here. We'll see if there's any hits. I guess to record this, but I didn't hit anything at 200 yards the last time I checked. Okay, so we're back in here now, and obviously you could see that the vast majority of those shots at 200 yards were misses, and I'm back inside now to try and figure out why. So what I did is I used a website called shooterscalculator.com to find out exactly what was going on. So I entered the information about things like what ammo I was using, the wind, humidity, and just stuff like that, and I ended up with a chart that looks like this. Now please excuse my horrible drawing, but this is all I have, so just kind of bear with me. But first, I think we should talk about the rifle itself. This here is a Savage Mark II chambered in .22 long rifle. The scope I was using was not very nice at all. In fact, I don't even know what brand it is, and I just want to show you real quick. Okay. All it is just 2 crosshairs right there. If you're able to see that, hopefully. And there's no hashes or anything to go off of, so it's just a cheap, simple scope. Anyways, so now let's go back to our chart right here. You may notice that the scope is sighted in at 50 yards because that's pretty much exactly where all the bullets are hitting. So it's right on the money with that trajectory. You'll also notice that the bullet trajectory is dropping pretty significantly after that point, so after that I have to aim higher and higher and more above the target as I'm shooting further and further out. So what that means is at just 75 yards, which is right here, I had to aim 1.84 inches above the bullseye, and at 100 yards I have to aim as much as 5.54 inches above the bullseye. And not only that, but the wind came into effect at this point, and I was only able to hit 2 of the 3 targets at 100 yards. And the real problem came up when I went straight to 200 yards, and as you saw, that went pretty bad. I went through dozens of rounds of ammo. I tried everything, whether it's remembering where the shots are going or using small landmarks next to the target. I just couldn't hit it. And getting back to the chart here, you can see that I had to aim a hole 43.46 inches above the target in order for the elevation to be accurate. But I wanted to figure out exactly why all this this bullet drop stuff was happening. After looking at a different chart, also created using shooterscalculator.com, we can see all the different numbers for the bullets at different distances. Like the 5 of them here, range, elevation, windage, time, and velocity. And there's a couple more too. And you know, naturally, the difference in muzzle velocity was the first thing I tended to notice. Because when the muzzle velocity is slow, the bullet is more affected by wind and elevation. In this case, at 25 yards here, bullet's velocity hasn't changed much, still breaking the sound barrier at 1,178.5 feet per second, with only about 7/100ths of a second required for the bullet to make impact. But at the 50-yard test, the 50-yard test saw that the bullet was behind the sound barrier at 1,111 feet per second. There's all ones there. At 13/100ths of a second until impact after the bullet was fired. But once we get out to 100 yards, we lose a whole 100 feet per second. And of course, out to 200 yards, it takes over half a second for the bullet to finally make impact at a whopping 884 feet per second of muzzle velocity. So that's pretty bad. So it's not going to be accurate at all. So in conclusion, I think we can all agree that the reason I had such a hard time hitting the 200-yard target was due to the slow muzzle velocity, which of course means that the bullet is a bit more affected by things like wind and elevation. So now that we have that all figured out, I want to thank you all for watching this video. Like and subscribe as always, and yeah, have a good one.